the summit and the demands of the Niger Deltans, environmentalist Olumide Martins joins me now via Zoom from Baku, Azerbaijan. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to always be here with you.
So the thing with climate change is, what a lot of people will allude to is that those who are least responsible pay the most or bear the most burden of it. How is this conversation on reparations for Niger Deltans being received at COP29?
Well, it's a repeat of old stories and a repeat of old melodies. Unfortunately, COP29 has been reduced to a bucket list, like I always say, where agitation has been reduced to charity, and those who are responsible for the climate crisis that we find ourselves, unfortunately, despite contributing significantly, to global emissions, are still playing the games. And then the game is about corporate, capture. It's about corporate control. It's about the interest of a few at the expense of the masses. What we have seen so far here is, the commodification of carbon, what we call carbon finance, and not climate finance. And it's unfortunate that African leaders are buying the tricks at the expense of those in the frontline communities.
Interesting, because you have mentioned it in passing, but one of the biggest problems climate activists like yourself always say is the presence of lobbyists every time, for every COP, which is a conference of the parties. But this year, we understand that there are over 1,700 of them present in Baku. How is that impacting on this particular conversation, especially the advancement of the loss, the loss, I think it's the lost fund?
Loss and damage fund.
Loss and damage fund, yes.
We have 1,773 of them lobbyists, and about 480 are here for direct carbon market. So what this means is that there's going to be a further delay in the the way loss and damage fund is envisioned to to be operationalized. We've always argued that the United States should not be in control of this, and the global north are responsible for climate crisis in Africa. Are also the ones trying to be in control of the loss and damage fund. So we have seen a progressive delay. And this, conversation there is going to affirm that people are not ready to make commitments yet. They are reducing agitation to charity, like I said earlier. But then it's largely connected to the presence of these lobbyists. They are here for business as usual. Why people in the frontline community, Niger Delta, in Niger community in Campaign, in Tangata in Kenya, are struggling to survive. People here in briefcases and suits are smiling to the bank, striking deals at the end of the bank. It appears we are not serious here. Like I said, we are just here to, have a repeat of old melodies, which unfortunately is not just at a time like this.
The impact of oil extraction on Niger Deltans has been enormous over the years. The impact on lives, health, livelihoods, water, plants, it is taking a toll on everything. And the truth is, there has to be some form of climate justice. What can be done to advance this conversation and ensure that Niger Deltans get at least some form of justice?
At least to say, but that is not what we want. We want commensurate compensation. Compensation that would achieve two things. Force these guys to admit historical liabilities and also commit them to make what we call immediate liquidity. When you go to the Niger Delta, like you rightly mentioned, what have we not seen? Economic losses, non-economic losses, people whose livelihood are now gone, who cannot even feed themselves, who cannot even provide potable water to their children, people whose life expectancy have been reduced to 49, and then women are going to early menopause. This is what we see in the Niger Delta because of the ceaseless and the endless release of carbon into the air that is destroying the water body, causing flora and fauna depredation in that area. So what we want is not charity. We want immediate commitment, trackable commitment into NDCs that have been produced or provided by African countries to solve African climate crisis. And then this climate crisis should not be in form of carbon market. It should be in form of, for adaptation, for mitigation, and for self-determined solutions that have African faces. Like I did mention, we seem to have exhausted our coping capacities. Now we are not here to negotiate. We are here to enforce our rights and to demand that justice be done to those who are the victims of extractivism as against, those who are benefiting from extractivism.
We'll continue to see how this conversation is received, not just, at COP29, but globally. Thank you so much for your time. Olumide Martins, an environmentalist who's speaking with us from Baku, Azerbaijan.
Olumide Martins, work for CAPA.
Olumide Martins, thank you so much. The Nigerian Chidinma Additional has been crowned Miss